Oh, well, all right, welcome back. I had to leave there in a hurry at a conference call that I had to be a part of. All right. All right, yes, what we gonna do here? Hmm. I'm not sure I want to take this trade. We do have a signal short. Here's my problem with taking this trade, even though the signal is right here. Where's my stop? Maybe right here. Or do I just hope for a better fill? Put my order in right here. If I get filled, I get filled. If I don't, I don't. Okay, I'm okay. Let's get, if we could get filled here, or it would be right at the EMA. We could not. It's okay if it goes without me. Oh, welcome back. Hey, Mr. Stars, how's it going? Do you trade gold? You know, I don't. Currently, I only trade ES and CL. It's funny you ask, because so this weekend I was reviewing all of my previous trades from last week and just overall kind of doing homework. And part of that I was looking at gold. And yeah, I was looking at potentially saw some really nice setups on gold, and it was like, man, maybe I should add gold into my trading, something that I trade, but currently don't. But I did look into it this weekend. Kind of interesting. But as far as how it's going, I mean, not too bad. We're basically recovering from, yeah, did not have a good day on Friday. So we are doing the slow grind back. But kind of my last trade I had to enter, or I had to leave or end my stream just to leave to do a conference call. And right before I left, I entered this trade right here. And I entered right here at 75.32 short, and took a little bit, went down there's two contracts. It filled my initial target right here. It was great. And then my remaining contract, I moved to break even, +1. And yeah, it came down and went up by 1 tick, stopped out my remaining contract, and then it basically made a 80-point move down after that stopped me out right at the tick. I should start making a compilation. You know what? I think I will. I'm going to start making a compilation of trades that go right up to the just stop me out at the tip and then revert and go in my direction. I think it would be a hilarious video. Like have 20 of those in a row. I think that'd be hilarious. I feel like I could get 20 of those pretty quickly. It feels like you're currently doing the 150K. Awesome. I assume you got the 90% discount. Getting to learn Ninja. Okay. Is this your first time using the prop firm? I see that you trade Forex, but or is this the first time using a prop firm for futures? Well, I'm glad we didn't go short on that ES. We wouldn't be stopped out, but it would not be a comfortable trade. Unless getting to learn Ninja Trader. Yeah, I guess that depends a lot on what you're used to. But shoot me a question if you have any questions about something on Ninja Trader. I can try to help you. That Ninja Trader is primarily what I've used. I traded 7 years, used Ninja Trader. Pretty much that's all I've used, I think. Should probably be a little better at it for as long as I've been doing it. How long it took me? Good question. So March 26th was when I got my first one funded. And then here, let me look. Yeah, so March 24th is when I got my first one funded. And then I got my last one funded on April 25th. So I didn't even, basically a month. And I started recording my series, like you can go back in my live videos and my summaries, but I started recording on April 10th. No, I take that back. It was April 25th, yeah. So April 10th, I started recording the series, and March 20. Let me make sure I get my like March 24th. My calendar, I keep looking at the wrong month. Yeah, March 24th to April 25th. Basically a month, 30. Yes. What would it be? 20 trading days, I guess. MT5 trader, yeah, a lot of forex traders use that. But now I want to actually, I have plans to do a video of just basically a what I learned getting 20 accounts funded, because I learned a lot. Or yeah, I want to do like a little more in-depth video of kind of how it went and the ups and downs of it. So yeah, you might find this interesting. Which, okay, I kind of felt bad. I'll be honest. Um, so in order to get 20 accounts funded, it took me 53 eval accounts to get 20 funded. So basically, I blew up, well, what's 20? I'm 52, be 32 accounts. And I was kind of embarrassed by that. I still think, all right, yeah, I mean, but then when I looked at the overall and how many eval accounts were sold and versus how many got funded, there's a 90% failure rate on that. That shocked me. I'll be honest. So I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought I was. But yeah, I definitely, there was a time, I think I got like 4, I don't have a record of this. I wish I would have started recording. I wish I would have done this series like right in the beginning, because I feel like I would have saved myself a lot of accounts. Because it's weird, but when I started recording all my trades, part of it just to hold myself accountable. When I started doing that, I didn't blow a single account after I started doing that. Now, knock on wood, because we there's still a possibility of doing that. But before that, I went through a spot where it was pretty bad. Like it was, I had some terrible habits forming, trying to get those 20 accounts passed. And I was kind of trying to rush it. Not a good idea. And that's actually when I kind of did a hard reset and I was like, okay, I need to stop and I need to do something different to change my mindset. And basically my conclusion of that was I'm going to start live trading. I'm going to start being as transparent as you can about where I'm at in my trading journey and profit and loss, everything as transparent as possible. And I have an accountability partner that tunes in as well. And they know my trading rules, and they know that basically it's there to help me, but it's just, I don't know. It's obviously, we're what, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in? Nah, 3 weeks. But I really like it so far, and it's definitely helped me be more accountable and not just be willy-nilly it. That's what I was doing. I have a question for you guys. I think someone mentioned this in one of my videos, and or he made a suggestion, and I kind of been contemplating it. I don't think it's a terrible idea, but he was suggesting that I should not trade all 20 accounts, like use the copy trader and doing all 20 accounts at the same time. that I should basically do, separate them and just, basically kind of hedging against myself in a way where, hey, if you happen to blow up, then you still have a fallback plan. And yeah, I don't know, I've been contemplating it. Part of it makes sense. Part of it I don't like in a way. Like mentally, yeah, I'm not sure, but just curious, what are you guys' thoughts? Do you think that's smart or not? But anyway, guess yeah, doesn't matter either. But yeah, I've been contemplating like a couple different scenarios or like a couple different ways of doing it. One thought I had was instead of trading all 20 accounts at the same time, um, I could basically split them up into 5. So it would be 4 accounts at a time. And then like I'd have a Monday account, a Tuesday account, Wednesday, and a Thursday and a Friday account. And there'd be 4 of each. So Mondays I'd always trade this set of accounts. Tuesdays I'd always trade this set of accounts, so on and so forth. Then I don't know, I was thinking, I don't know, I thought about that. I'm like, that could be kind of cool. Here's my problem with it is like, okay, mentally, I want to take this very seriously. In the past, especially when I was doing my getting my evaluations funded or going through the evaluation, one of the main reasons I went through a lot of accounts was before I was doing my live streaming, I really didn't care. Like 80% discount, it was $30 for an account for a 50K account, and it was like, it's $30. So I would just be trading to trade, and it created some very bad habits, and that's why actually, yeah, like I said, I ended up doing live streaming and taking it more seriously. And I feel like if I split them up into a bunch of different accounts with a bunch of basically having 4 backup plans, my theory is that mentally I won't take it seriously enough and I'll take on too much risk maybe. But I don't know. The day of the week group. Yeah, I mean, right. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, that would be kind of cool, though. My thing would always be like if I'd have a really nice green day, which so far hasn't really happened with these funded accounts, but if if you had a $200-300 day, man, I would really be bummed that I wasn't trading all 20 accounts. Or it would be just, to me, it would be that much harder, and it would take that much longer to reach, to get funded. And I mean, I guess that's not a terrible thing. Again, I did the one-time fees, so from here on out, I have no more fees. So it's like it can take me half a year, really. And I would rather it take me 6 months to get to the profit threshold than in 2 months blow up. So there's multiple different ways to look at it. and I don't know. I've been contemplating both ways. Just got a message from John. John from Apex Trader Funding, one of their main guys, and he said the 90% discount sale will not be extended tonight. I know they've extended that sale a couple times, but you heard it here first. It will not be extended. So if you want some accounts, get them now. You have until 11:59 p.m. tonight. After that, it's going to go to a 50% discount. So that's quite a difference from a 50% to 90%. And the key is also the reoccurring month is then 80% off. So yeah, that's what I used. That's what I did. I got, which it was 80% off, but then you'd get the monthly reoccurring if, you never do a reset. Just wait till your renewal comes up on that month. But yeah, use my code if you want to buy more accounts. If you want. If you don't, that's fine too. You can also just use the code SAVE90. If you use the code SAVE90, that'll also get you the 90% discount. That's one thing, like the codes that they give us. My code is JAXOPCSI. Like, geez, kind of hard to remember. Definitely doesn't roll off the tongue like SAVE90 does. But oh well. Not here to make money off of. I know a lot of people do though. Like, I never really honestly pay that much attention to it, but I'm sure there's YouTubers that, well, I know that, like, one thing that drives me up the wall, these YouTube traders that, maybe every day they show, or every other day they show a video of them making, 15 or 20 or 10 or $5,000, and they show that one specific trade. And then they're promoting their Discord or they're promoting their course. Like, and anyone that's smart knows they are making their money off of Discord, off of courses. That's where they're making their money. But it's crazy how many people fall for it. And I'll be honest, back in the day when I first started trading, I fell for it. That's how I learned not to do it. It's just, it's not a good way to learn either. I don't think. All right, I feel like we should. Ooh, this CL trade. Okay, now we did not get. It's 206 though. CL's gonna. That market's gonna close in 20 minutes. Don't really want to. Hey, what are we doing here, ES? You're just. Nothing happened. Really curious if we try to make new highs yet before the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe pull back here to the VWAP and then try to make new highs. We shall see. But I'm going to basically wait on these signals to basically as confirmation enter a trade. Did get a signal here and it still technically would have worked. Oh yeah, this market does not know what it wants to do. Yeah, it's really massive push up here at 12:30. And we made new highs 42.06, and then since then it's just been chilling. Thought we'd get some pretty heavy sell-off here, but reverse right back, and we're just in this right at the EMA, chopping back and forth. Really sad. Sad that I didn't catch this move. I caught part of it, but so yeah, I guess those that were here earlier, right before I ended the stream. So I entered here, and before the stream, I think before I ended the stream, we had taken our half off. We had reached our profit target of 10 points or 10 ticks. So we took half off. We had one contract left, and we put our stop at +1, break even +1, and it literally went up. You couldn't make this up. It went right to the tip, stopped me out, and then it made a what? It was at 75.31. It went all the way down to 74.50. Now I probably would have taken my profit right here, or that was kind of my initial target once I hit my break even, but it's the life of a trader. Then we had a really nice reversal. Little, yeah, it wasn't really a double bottom, but yeah. Why do I have my headphones on? Just realized that I still had them on from my Zoom call. No need for that. Okay, this CL might just keep going higher. Oh, it's been kind of a boring day. It is storming out here. Hard to see, but there's a thunderstorm moving in. I have Starlink, so if I all of a sudden end stream, means my Starlink got cut off, lost signal, whatever. Uh, my intuition tells me to buy here, but my brain's telling me to not buy. Like I think we're gonna try and make another move higher, possibly keep moving up into the close, but if we move down here to the VWAP area, then I definitely would be interested. But right here, it's tempting. But this would be a speculative trade, not a trade according to my entry rules, which I reviewed my trades last week, and almost all of my trades that I got in trouble were intuition trades. So I think intuition is a big part of trading, and only thing is some days you have it and other days you don't. When you don't have it, that's honestly like when I'm struggling or like when I'm going through a slump in trading, because that is a real thing. Same as like always compare it to a baseball player, and you know, a baseball player, they fail 60% of the time. A really good, 66% of the time they fail, which is, their batting average would be over 300, which would be considered one of the best. So they fail 66% of the time, and yet here intuition needs to be a big part of it, but anyway, what I was saying, I got sidetracked there. Once you go into a slump, I feel like I was in a slump last week, Thursday and Friday, just was not feeling it and didn't feel confident. I really like that, like this sniper chart with the signals. When I'm going in a slump, I'll revert back to that chart and just watch for those signals and watch for my favorite entries. Just look at that chart and basically disregard my intuition trading. Like I'll be, hey, I am not feeling it, so I'm just going to rely completely on my signal entries, and that's what I'm going to trade. It kind of takes the pressure off myself, because sometimes I think just with so much pressure that you feel like you just need a win, and we press harder, and it makes it counterproductive. So once I gain my confidence back, then I will do some intuition trading, but it has to be a balance. And unfortunately, what usually happens is you make some intuition trades and they work out great. You make another one and then it works out well again, and all of a sudden you're overconfident. And that's anytime you're overconfident, usually you're about to be humbled. That's what I've discovered. So I don't know, somehow maybe my intuition trading gets me in trouble even when I win. So I don't know, maybe I need to look into that a little more. But right here we are, like I said again, I'm biased, or I think that we will try and make new highs yet before the end of the day, but that's also a whole different subject, being biased, you know. I think it's okay to be biased, or I think you almost should be in a sense, but the price, it's okay to be biased, but the price action and where the market goes, you should have flexibility in your brain. You should be able to see the price action like, you know what, I thought it was going higher, but nope, it's actually going lower. Don't try to fight what the chart is telling you. But it's okay to be, I guess, biased, but just when I get in trouble is when I am biased and the chart is telling me I'm wrong and my brain is telling me, no, nope, the chart is wrong and I'm going to prove it. That mentality will lose you a lot of money. And will also make you very upset. But don't do it. Nothing works all the time in trading. Put the odds in your favor with your trading system and use stops when wrong. 100%. Most airline pilots make great traders because they are 100% accurate. That's true. What if we would... Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Anytime... I used to be one of those traders. This was years ago. But I used to be one of those traders that felt using a stop loss, it was a hindrance because the market makers would hunt for your stops and stop you out. You know, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. You know, I'm sure I know it does, but I would then be one of those people that I use mental stops, and you know that I don't need actual stops. Well, maybe that works for some. That might work for some people. For me, it did not. Because my brain can be very deceptive, and it does not always listen. So I always remember when reading Mark Douglas' book and how he explains that we need to 100% accept that we do not know what the price will do. We do not know what the market will do next. Like, we need to 100% acknowledge and accept that fact. I think that is so key. Once you really get that, like, even if you have the best system in the world, you know, like, hey, I have a 90% win rate or whatever. you still don't know what the market will do next. You might have high probability, but there's no guarantee. And if you truly believe that you don't know what the market will do next, why would you ever enter without a stop loss? And that really clicked. Something in my brain connected. And ever since then, I've always used stop losses. And I actually look at it, I look at the stop losses completely different. Like, I look at it as my friend. I look at it as a safety net. You know, see some of those tightrope walkers, they have a safety net below them. That's how I look at my stop loss. It's not my enemy. It's actually there to save me. So now, obviously, sometimes, I'll go down and hit my stop loss and reverse and bounce right back up. I'm not saying that doesn't frustrate me, but there's way too many other times where it saves me. And you just need that one day of not following your stop losses, and you can lose months worth of profit. We've all been there. That is not fun. His words are truth. I think they're building buyer support. Could be. Could be. Yeah, Bobby. I agree. Something I would love to do a test on, and there's probably people that have done this, but I would love to see a study done when you take, like for my study, I would like to see 10 guys, like 10 people in a room. Doesn't have to be guys, can be 5 women and 5 men. Actually would be interesting to do that. And then you would give every person the entries of trades. Like, you would have, like, basically all 10 of those people would get the same entry signal. And let's just presume that this would be based off of the holy grail of trading systems. Like, this would be the best trading system that is available. So when they get an entry, it's almost, 90% win rate or whatever it would be. And I would love to see the results so everyone would know when to buy at the same time, no advantages, and then just see where the results would end up, like after 100 trades. I think like that would be very interesting, and that would basically kind of show that, or I think it would prove and show that trading isn't so much about having a good system as it is about your risk management and your psychologically being able to trade. Because I would, there's only a couple people probably that would be able to actually be profitable. or at least more profitable, I should say. But anyway, it may be a cool study. Hmm. Or just slowly bleeding down to that VWAP. And honestly, I was expecting more of like a little more violent sell-off before we go higher. Just to trap as many as you can. But we'll see. Kind of got me a little bit hesitant. This is what I was looking for, basically coming down to this VWAP and then now making a move higher. Ooh. Hmm. All right, CL is ending. Man, this was a nice play here. I missed out on it. Honestly, let me see. Did we have a signal bar to go long there? It's gonna. What time was this? 13:32. Right here. No, we did not. So that makes me feel better. Right here we did though. This was another signal bar to go long. So this signal bar to go long would have, my entry would have been 75.44. Yeah, would have been a nice move. But 5-10 minutes before the close, nah, I don't like trading I don't like trading at the open or the close. Get whipsawed. Hindsight is 2020. No. I definitely need to be reminded of that. I definitely need to be reminded of that because I'm way too often like I'll go back and look, oh wow, look at that. I should have done that. That's not a healthy mentality to have. I mean, it kind of like I do like doing that, especially on this chart for the signal bars, just to check all my favorite signal bars and see if the trade would have worked out. Because sometimes I'm not at my desk. Sometimes, I just miss the trade. I'm just not here. That's just how it goes. Okay, now ES is selling off below VWAP. And so here, this is the only time that I will use a Fibonacci tool. Like I use it just so I know where my 50% retracement is. I think that's important. Like once we go below 50, I get a little bit skeptical that we're making newer highs. And right here, I would be shocked at this point if we make newer highs. I think it's gonna possibly sell off into the close at this point. So now I'm gonna look for a pull back up to the EMA, maybe pull back up to VWAP, and then have an entry. Look for a good entry short from there. And I'm kind of surprised that the Bulls didn't put in a little more effort here. I mean, we had this massive push up here right before 12:30, and then since then it's just been a lazy, kind of a lazy sell off. I guess right here there's a little bit more motivation, but we're just selling off right here. And this is to the point where I might just go for a momentum trade. Not doing it now just because we're close to this double bottom, but man, this big of a sell-off. I do like entering. I will enter on a momentum trade like that, but who knows? These bulls can be, they can surprise me. Or they have surprised me this past week. They'll rip it down here, and about 3 seconds later, they'll rip it right back up and trap everybody. All right, so let's watch for entry signals and just, we're not going to chase it. I think. If we lose this 41.85, this is a key level right here. You can see we had a lot of resistance here of making higher highs here. Then we had support on it. Now we're right here again. I mean, if you want to buy right here on this double bottom, I definitely wouldn't blame anyone for doing it. I've just gotten burned too many times that I don't. Okay, now this is interesting. So this is a signal. Well, it's not a signal yet for long. But right here, it shows the trapped orders. People that sold right here. Now they are trapped. Now what will happen? Who knows? Oops, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry. Right here, actually, there's not. Yeah, we're going lower. Right here, there's trapped orders here, but unless we bounce right here, but I think we're going lower. This is not going to hold this 41.85. Honestly, I would look for 41.82. Might be the next area of support. Surprised me too. Well, hopefully weren't long on that rip down. I don't know. Maybe it's trying to. It's fighting. That'll be a very key level here. If it breaks this, and I don't know what to think, to be honest. Like, there it goes. I should have. I honestly should have just entered here at 41.86 when I saw what this candle was shaping up to be, but would have been risky. Now we're bouncing. Not over yet. Okay, so now that is a long signal. Right here are trapped orders. Shorts are trapped right here. Now, this bar still has to close, like this bar has to close up, which means we need to get to 41.8750 in order for this bar to close up, which is right here. Basically to this level. We need to get all the way up here before that signal is actually valid. So now, and if we do, if we move above this 41.8750, we move like 41.88, then I should go long. Like according to my signal, according to just following the rules, I should go long right here. Now, will I? Not sure yet, to be honest. This big of a sell-off? Ooh, I don't know. This big of a sell-off, I always feel like we get, you know, pullbacks and then just a pullback to the EMA maybe, and then we sell off more. But in the past 2 weeks, I have seen, like, there's been so many just V-shaped reversals that I'm kind of hesitant if this moves above this. I won't be shorting it, but still not quite sure I'd be going long. But in the past 2-3 weeks, would have made a lot of money doing that. Even here, this is a V-shaped reversal. Okay, here we go. Are we going to do it? I mean, it went right to the tip. Unbelievable. Now it's selling off. Now, will we make newer lows here? Right here would be an entry. I just can't do it. Why not? Why am I not pulling the trigger here? And right there's why. My intuition said no, and I listened. I've just seen too many V-shaped reversals. I've just seen too many. And this is a typical setup. Like I said, like when I was saying right here, this slow meltdown, that I was expecting a little more violent sell-off before right here it was. And now, I still think we could reach new highs here today, as weird, as far-fetched as that sounds. I wouldn't be surprised. Though, the longer we struggle here, the longer that we hang out in this range right here, the more likelihood it is that we're going down lower toward the close, I think. If we want to make a V-shaped reversal, then we need to push higher here in the next 10-15 minutes. Just my opinion. set up for a gap fill. I didn't even think of that. Okay, right here. Right here would be my entry. Gonna do it. If I fail, if it fails, it fails. It's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna like it, but if I have my setup, I gotta take it. Now, I'm going to be quick to take some profit, or take all my profit if I don't like it. If I see it start reversing like that, just gonna get out. And I'll even look for a re-entry here. If it comes back down to this, yeah, it might not. Also remember, letting my winners run, one of my struggles. So keep that in mind as well. This might be one of those instances. So now it is trying to pull back. Like the other reason taking like really quickly taking profits here is it's right here on this EMA, and I would have liked it to like see just really pull up through here quickly. The more it just hangs out here, the more I'm thinking that it's gonna sell off more. Hey, good word. His words are truth. Good luck. All right, here we go. Oh, that wasn't anything regarding my trading. It was regarding work. Man, we're just... Oh, this gives me the itch to short right here. We can't seem to get past this EMA. Right below this, do a short. I'm not going to do it, but... It's trying to go higher, but it just can't. Yeah, here we go. We're even getting a short signal right here. All right, I'm entering. I'm going to get upset if I don't. Again, I want I need to learn to follow my trades, follow my trade setup, and if I get stopped out, that's okay. I learned Thursday. I would much rather have it that way than not enter and miss a 20-point move. That's what happened Thursday, and that bothered me for 2 days. If I get stopped out here, I'll forget it by the end of the day. There, come on, make new lows. That's what we want. Now, I'm careful here. Very careful. This is where you see it rip, like it can rip up and down very quickly. Hoping to see a little more of a sell-off here. Come on. I don't like that. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't like that. What? Wow, that was a big discrepancy between the micros and the regular contract. What? Hmm. If that filled right here, that was 1, 2 ticks away from my stop. Interesting. Interesting. And now it's going to reverse. Hmm. That ain't cool, man. Not cool, bro. really upsets me, actually. So on all of my micro, I got stopped out at 41.89.25 when my stop is actually at 41.89.29, 25, 75. So 2 ticks away. I mean, I guess it can happen, but I didn't think that there was that big of a discrepancy between the mini contract price and the micro contract price. I thought it was I thought it was supposed to be the same, but I guess it isn't. Interesting indeed. Man, has this been a chop fest here? Even if I was in this trade and it didn't get stopped out, I don't think I'd want to be in this trade. Or I would have gotten out. I would have gotten out at some point. Not a big deal. I'm just kind of confused that it's the micros. Maybe I need to look at a different setup. I have heard of basically you have the micro ES as your main chart, but you have the bars set as a transparent, and then you overlay the actual ES. But it would still be the same issue. Different on the micros and wider swings. Right. I've discovered that too, where but that would mainly be like on really, strong moves, then, getting filled differently. That definitely happens. But yeah, I know. I guess, yeah, it can happen. It's the first time that it's happened that it was like that big of a difference for me. But yeah, your target is 34.25. Got it. Well, this was definitely a fake out. I definitely got faked out on that. I was convinced on my signal that I got here, which was premature, and it didn't pan out. But then my signal, the fact that it couldn't get through this EMA and it was struggling for that long is kind of what gave me the signal to go short. I'm not upset at that. It is what it is, but technically right here is not a bad area to go long. That's one thing that's so hard to do that I'm trying to get better at is you're in a short position like I was here and I get stopped out, like to being able to immediately clear your mind to see if there's a setup to go long and being able to enter it right away and catch the move to the upside if if your setup and everything is correct, not a revenge trade, but a being able to clearly see the market and clearly see, okay, I was on the wrong side and now I see the setup is actually long and being able to enter right away. That takes good trading. But I definitely don't see us making new highs. Just seems too slow. Seems too sluggish. That's just me. Again, here, yeah, don't have any signal bars. CL, there's nothing going on. All right, market, make up your mind. And I tell you, I hate being in a trade when it does this, like this choppiness. Ugh, makes me want to puke. But okay, and just getting ready to say, who knows? Maybe this was the fake out. This is a fake out. You get a fake out. You get a fake out. Pretty much right now we're at $1 loss per account. I guess you would consider that break even. Feels bad. hoping to just get a little bit of a green day. My goal is to use, I mean, obviously I want to use micros, and I want to gain, just want to gain a little bit more confidence. And then I do want to size up. I don't plan to trade 2 micro contracts for the duration of this, you know, to get to the profit goal. So, but I don't want to scale up my size when I'm not trading well, or right when I, you know, coming off of 2 losing days. I want to wait. I always, if I'm in a losing streak or if I'm in a slump, then I'll scale down even to 1 micro contract and just to, yeah, gain some confidence. Confidence in trading is so undervalued. I think, expect, like for me anyway, confidence is a big part of it. And like now, when I'm not confident, I mean, today was an okay day. We had 2 winners, I think, and 2 losers. And this one CL trade right here, that was unfortunate. We got stopped out on our runner by 1 tick. And then we had we had this 60-point runner. That would have been really awesome, but it was still, I felt like, read the market better today, so that's a good takeaway. But yeah, got a long way to go yet. Do you trade any oil? I do. That's, yeah, I was just showing this chart. So I got a signal right here to go short. Went short, took 10 ticks of profit like I do on my first contract, and let my other, then I moved to break even +1, and I let my runner run, and my runner got stopped out by 1 tick. And then it ran for 60 ticks. So feels bad, and I did not catch this move back up, unfortunately. I do like I like CL, I like oil, because I don't know why, but it seems like oil, technical analysis on oil is pretty, I feel like it works more than it does on other instruments or other symbols or whatever. But I am more biased toward technical analysis when I'm trading CL. Martyville, hey, yes. Hey, sorry, I just realized I missed a subscriber. Investors, if you're still here, thank you for the subscription. I actually noticed that I have 100 subscribers now. Like, that's awesome. I know it's not a lot compared to some, but for me, heck, that's a lot of people. The thing, and I started this channel 3 weeks ago. So honestly, when I started the channel, like a completely fresh channel, new channel, whatever, or not anyone that I had, subscribers, and I started the channel more just for myself to journal my trades and to hold myself responsible and accountable to my accountability partner as well. And I thought, hey, I'm going to treat the channel like a professional channel, obviously. And hey, if we get viewers and subscriptions, that's just a benefit. So I am pleasantly surprised that we're already at 100 subscribers, and thank you. Yeah, pretty awesome. GC Gold. So I was saying earlier, someone asked me about that too. And I way back like a couple years ago I traded gold, but not since. And I will say, like, on Saturday I was just looking at other charts, and gold was one of the charts I was looking at, and I was basically testing this strategy here with the sniper chart and just testing their setups and kind of seeing how often they work out, my favorite setups and that type of stuff. And it actually was favorable. I actually am interested, and I actually thought of adding it and looking at it, but I just haven't done it yet. I'm not sure I want to do it in the middle of. I might add it and blend it at some point. Hey, Marnville, thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now we have more. Actually curious, how many subscribers do I have? I had 102 this morning. And 106. Let's go. Awesome. All right, what do we got going on? Make sure I don't miss something. Man, we just might not get much of a move at all into the close, to be honest. It might just kind of dribble out in this 41.90, 41.85 range. Yeah, interesting. Kind of an interesting setup then for tomorrow after, you know, if that is what happens, kind of have this big sell-off and then just nothing. Which, yeah, I know we have some new stuff coming out, but anyway, kind of interesting. Okay. All right, I think actually I am going to call it here. I'm going to end stream. I'm going to do my summary report. Unless maybe I'll just leave it live as I do my summary report. I'll just record it. And then I'll upload that to YouTube. And we will just... Okay, and then also for tomorrow morning until noon, actually it's going to be afternoon. I am not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to trade. So I will not be live tomorrow until probably 2:30 in the afternoon. So, all right, I think, yeah, we'll end stream here. And what do you think I'm doing? It's currently sitting around 7. Honestly, I'm not sure. Oh, oil? Kind of interesting. I mean, I have it. Let's look at it real quick. These long wicks. This is on the 60-minute chart. I mean, I think we're going to go back. Like now that we filled this gap, I mean, my personal just opinion is that we're going to go back up to the highs, but I don't know. Just my opinion. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for your subscriptions, your comments. I really enjoy chatting with everyone, and yeah, makes the day go by pretty fast. So check in again tomorrow, probably around 2:30. And again, thank you.